Hello, my name is Aranzazu Lascurain, and I am the Assistant University Director of the Southeast Climate Adaptation Science Center. It's located at NC State University. I am also a board member of the City of Raleigh's Environmental Advisory Board. I wanted to give you a short overview of an important source of climate information that could be helpful to you in planning for climate. The fourth National Climate Assessment came out in November of 2018. And so what prompts this assessment to come about? Well, Congress. The Global Change Research Act of 1990 mandates that the U.S. Global Change Research Program deliver a report to Congress and the President no less than every 4 years on how the climate is changing and how those changes are impacting a variety of sectors across the country by analyzing trends in global change, both human-induced and natural, and project those trends for the next 25 to 100 years. Over time, stakeholder demand for scientific advances have allowed an increased focus on more regional and localized information to help planners, local governments, make better informed decisions. Again, the primary objective is to help stakeholders better identify, avoid, and/or reduce climate-related risks by including the most comprehensive and authoritative source of climate information for the United States. As one of the co-authors of the Southeast chapter, I wanted to give you some tips about how best to use the assessment. While very few people will read the 1,500-page report from start to finish, it was designed to be digested in parts, with stakeholders able to seek out the information relevant to the decisions they need to make, whether it's impacts of climate change on water, energy, ecosystems, agriculture, and urban systems, just to name a few topics. Each chapter has key messages, which are the takeaway messages for that topic. And chapters are also interspersed with a number of case studies that illustrate how communities are already grappling with some of the climate risks they face, providing an opportunity for experiences and lessons learned to be transferred across the region. Each chapter has readily downloadable graphics and data sets to help you with your reports, your presentations, and decisions. In addition, each figure has an eyeball icon associated with it that gives users access to detailed metadata for folks to recreate the figures and have faith in their findings. I'd like to show you what the reports look like. Volume 1 on the left-hand side gives a detailed analysis of how climate change is affecting the physical Earth systems across the United States. And Volume 2, known as the Impacts, Risks, and Adaptation in the United States, uses the scientific analysis in Volume 1 to inform an analysis of the impacts by sector and geographic region. This is what the website landing page looks like. One of the most used sections are the links to report chapters and the downloads button you see here on the right, indicated by the orange arrows. So what does the assessment say about climate change for the Southeast? Well, key message 1, people and critical regional resources are increasingly at risk due to heat, flooding, and vector-borne disease brought about by a changing climate. And key message 2, the combined effects of the changing extreme rainfall events and sea level rise are already increasing flood frequencies, which impacts property values and infrastructure viability, and particularly in coastal cities. Without significant adaptation measures, these regions are projected to experience daily high tide flooding by the end of the century. And key message 3, the Southeast's diverse natural systems, which provide many benefits to society, will be transformed by climate change. Changing winter temperature extremes, wildfire patterns, sea levels, hurricanes, floods, droughts, and warming ocean temperatures are expected to redistribute species and greatly modify ecosystems. And key message 4, more frequent extreme heat episodes and changing seasonal climates are projected to increase. And exposure-linked health impacts and economic vulnerabilities in the agriculture, timber, and manufacturing sectors. By the end of the century, over 1/2 billion labor hours could be lost from extreme heat-related impacts. And you can see how prominent that is in the Southeast.